So to follow on from that, you can teach them part A, talk them through, answer any questions. Teach them part B, talk them through, answer any questions. Teach them part C, talk them through, answer any questions. And then at the end, just go through it slowly without talking, and then once again, answer any questions. And that's the simplicity of it. You know, we're going to do a whole day on Sil and Tao, so we don't really need to go that in depth with it. I just wanted you to get a flavor of it, and we do it every day in class as well. Do you guys have any questions on Sil and Tao at all?
The Gan's out. The Gan's out. You get the same reverse motion upwards.
Yep. Gansao is one where you get a lot of problems with people. They tend to like do shit like this. You know, they'll make their elbow go too far out. They'll come off the center. The wrist, the middle wrist stays on the center. Watch. Yeah, see that? It stayed on the center. The elbow joint is turning, and the shoulder joint is turning, which creates that drop. But the wrist stays on the center. Yeah. So if I didn't turn my elbow joint at all, then this would happen. But because I'm turning my elbow joint, this happens. Yeah, this.
Does the angle of the elbow stay the same? Or?
It comes slightly closer to your body just because of the position. So I mean, it starts further out from your body. Oh, but does it stay the same here? Oh, okay, yep, yes. So the angle stays the same, if not slightly opens just because of this turn.
Yeah.
Slightly, very slightly. The angle stays pretty much the same, I'd say, pretty much, yeah. But the point is that the wrist should stay on the center, and common problems with the Ganxiao. Elbow goes too far out, hand comes off center. Very common problem you'll see, this, yeah, and they open themselves up. It's not so much a block like this against something coming here, it's more of a block something coming down your center. So something's coming in through the center, you're blocking it here, but it's also as though you're plowing into their center. Yeah? Ganxiao actually means plowing hand. You're plowing, like, whew, you're plowing through. All right, any other questions from Sil and Tao at all?
So I'm going to bring it back, do this, and then forward. Is that fine? Come back and do.
You know, you can look at the actual hand positions and break it down into stages if that's how it helps you to digest it. That's fine. Ultimately, you want the whole form to be one movement, like it's a sequence. The whole form is just one flow. Like the state is consistent, the form is consistent in that you're staying in the condition as you flow from movement to movement, as opposed to 1, 2, 3, 4. So there shouldn't really be a stop and start, so to speak. It's like once you reach the peak of the Fuk Sao, it's flowing into the Hun Sao, which is flowing into the Wu Sao, which is flowing into the Fuk Sao. Yeah, so see how it's like a smooth transition as opposed to 1, 2, 3. But I mean, at the stage that you're at, when you're learning the sequence, that's okay because you're just trying to get the mechanics into your head. Okay, I've got to turn the ignition, check the mirrors, put it in gear, push the accelerator, you know.
Could you just talk us through the mechanics of the Wu Sao?
Yep.
So
yep, sure.
how you would best describe it to
Yeah.
someone else?
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so we're at the Fuk Sao, and that's when you start to kick into Wu Sao, right? So from the Wu Sao, you then you move through Hun Sao, sorry. So from the Hun Sao, you come into Wu Sao. Now, Wu Sao means guard hand, which is essentially your guard hand. See how it's the position it's at there. Once it gets back here, it's the same position as this. So your Wu in the form is literally your guard, right? Now, the mechanics is that essentially, as you move backwards, the shoulder joint, if we're talking about biomechanics, is rotating this way. The elbow joint is collapsing, yeah, and slightly doing this. So there's like two directions there. Yeah, because firstly, this joint's closing, right? And secondly, this is slightly turning to bring the top of the forearm up, yeah? Otherwise, it would be like this, yeah? So there's 3 rotations always when you move your arm because you've got 2 here, yeah, and 1 here. So structurally and biomechanically, shoulder joint turns to drop the elbow down, elbow joint turns to close here and turn slightly this way to keep the hand on the center as it comes back closer towards you.
Parallel
Uh,
Like if you, so if like someone's
in line with your projection. Yeah. Yes, that's correct. Yeah. So it's like your center's projecting through your hand into their center. Yeah. Does that describe it for you? Yeah.
Would it be incorrect to say, get people to think of sinking the elbow?
Look, I can understand why you'd use that as a training tool for some people.
Like pulling back.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because you got to remember, like, when you're teaching people, it's always relevant to that person at that moment. The problem is sometimes, you'll tell someone, okay, sink the elbow, and they'll think that that's the Bible, and they'll, so someone might need to think of sinking the elbow because they're just so fucking tight in their shoulder, or they're bringing it right back. So that might be a reason why you say sink the elbow, right? But that's not, the depths of what you should really be thinking about with sinking. With sinking, it should be an overall release of the whole space, and then take it to another level, a letting go of upset and negative emotions, So
Well, when I say sinking, I was thinking more pure biomechanics. In other words, think of the elbow going to the ground rather than going backwards.
yeah, that's fine. Yeah. So yeah, got it. Well, I mean that brings up an interesting topic, right? Because we use language to communicate ideas to our students. So it's probably not best to use the term sinking if you're trying to get them to think biomechanically. Do you know what I mean? So you could, let the elbow move downward.
swing.
Yeah, more like a swing than a pull. Yeah.
Like if the swings on the chain, it goes out and moves down.
Yeah, that's a good concept because it's literally like there's a weight here that makes it feel more like a swing. Yeah, that's doable. And coming back to the concept of language, you in your own life should start noticing any forceful words you use in relationship to yourself and your movement, meaning push, pull, aggressive, tension. So what I mean is try to use softer words both in your communication as a teacher but also just in life. Like when you're, for example, if Jono's holding here and I'm doing a movement, rather than me saying and then I push him away, what do you think they're going to think about? They're going to think about pushing him away. You can talk, okay, now rotate your joint. If you want to get them thinking structurally. Now flow towards your center if you want to get them thinking energetically.
Even a lot of people use the word strength
Yeah.
a lot, and I feel like that's
Yeah, you want to be precise. And people say, oh, I don't feel strong, or this feels stronger or strength, but we equate that to muscle. I suggest you use words like power, which is related to energy,
So not force, power.
Yes, force is downward, if we look at the scale of energy. It's good to have the same language that we communicate with so we know what we're talking about. And power is what we're looking for. Structural power, not muscular force. Energetic power, not physical strength, so to speak.
Internal calmness, not external.
Pretty much. Okay, cool. Any final questions on Silim Tau? Alrighty, let's move on to the next topic.